finally answering everyone's sex questions. We got some pretty good responses. A lot of butt stuff. So we're very excited to go ahead and get into this. So go ahead, Leona.
Okay, so some of these are not just questions. I think they're just shout outs. From my friend Creepo Depot, just wanted to say that cat leap was tight. Hope all is well. Yes, all is well, and I hope all is well with you too. I don't know if you can see our other cat. He's in the back right now, and maybe he'll do a quantum leap over
my head.
Yeah.
Or something. Yeah, not really a sex question, but thanks for the well wishes. All right. And the one and only, my boy, the legend, my guru, my teacher, Stuntman Marv, has a question, and he says, how many fingers do you like in your ass? Leona?
Why do you automatically look at me? This could be universally both male and female. But my answer is 1. And hopefully a very, like, slender, not chubby, like, log-like finger. Just because this is all kind of new to me. I'm not, like, a professional. I can't do fisting. I can't do, like, all that extreme sport. But, yeah, I would say 1, and maybe if I can work my way up to it, maybe we can get a multiple, but I think 1 for sure. What about you?
So, here's the quantum cat she was talking about earlier. This is Cuddy. So, I've never had a finger in my ass. I know, I'm sorry to let you down, Marvin, but not yet.
Not yet.
I'm working on it. I'm still nervous.
We're going to work our way into that.
Yeah, she's going to be the one to hopefully initiate me into that prostate orgasm that I've heard so many wonderful things about.
Yeah.
That's what we're hoping for anyways. Thanks for the question. Good question.
Next is Luna Dusol. Big fan of you guys. We're a big fan of you.
Shout out wherever you are right now.
Yeah.
Europe somewhere, having fun.
Jet setting out there in the red light district. I think she got a peep show, actually.
Yeah.
So,
good
for
sex life.
Yeah, good for you.
We're hoping. All right. Next question is from Walking Phoenix, another one of my gurus out there. And he says, what are your thoughts on spiritual and sexual energy? And then what is the connection between oneself and other? Maybe that's deep.
Yeah, that's like a really mouthful. So let's see. It's multiple questions. We have spiritual and sexual energy. Do you want to go first?
Yeah, so I guess that really, I mean, I don't want to get too elaborate on this because this could be like
a whole
fucking
episode,
thing on itself.
yeah.
But I guess my quick question would be, I guess as a follow-up, is what do you mean by spiritual? Because everyone has their own definition. You always hear people say, oh, I'm not religious, but I'm spiritual. What does that really mean? So, yeah, give us a little common sense for exactly what you mean by spiritual. But sexual energy, I mean, sexual energy is everywhere. I personally think you wouldn't be here, you watching it, she wouldn't be here, I wouldn't be here, these cats wouldn't be here, these plants wouldn't be here. Nothing would exist if it wasn't for sexual energy. All the human beings that you see on the world, they would not be there unless someone came inside a woman. So, to me, that lets me know sexual energy is creation energy.
The way I interpret that question is that I'm not sure if this is what you mean. If you're trying to ask maybe the connection between spiritual and sexual energy, like the 2 different forms, I guess my best, take on that is that sometimes you can have sexual energy that is very, physical, where it just involves kind of, the motions of the body and how, the body moves and how it reacts, biologically and chemically. But I think spiritual might be the aspect where it becomes very cerebral and it kind of, I'm so sorry, not cerebral, but it becomes out of body and out of mind, and it's something beyond yourself. So when you have I guess sexual experiences that become very that make you question your existence. I mean, that's how I would categorize spiritual.
Have you been having a lot of these spiritual out-of-dimension, multi-body, out-of-body experiences?
I mean, yeah, I've been having a few of those experiences with you.
Damn, girl, sign me up.
Well, I mean, for I don't think it's not something that I've experienced my whole life. I think I've only experienced it with you. And oh gosh, yeah. So it's not something that I've ever experienced. I only like, it's pretty like, just with you. So
I guess that goes back to spiritual and sexual energy, right?
mm-hmm.
That would be both a spiritual experience manifested through sexual energy. But again, I gotta say, it's not just her feeling these kinds of things. So maybe, I guess, when your sexual energy is very much in tune with who you really are, like you have experiences like we've been having.
Yeah.
That help just open you up to like a new layer of reality, new layer of experience, and just being yourself, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Always. And I guess that goes into the next part of your question, which says, what is the connection between oneself and other? It almost feels like we're like this. Because there's been, I mean, you remember that dream we had? Where we both had the exact same dream?
Yeah. Like we all...
a tree?
Yeah.
Got rooted deep in the earth?
Yeah, where we basically, like, even though we were sleeping and our bodies were in separate places, somehow, like, our minds, like, crossed wires or something. The consciousness had just crossed paths, like, through the dream world in some kind of way.
Yeah, and then we woke up and both looked at each other and we're like,
did that just happen? Yeah.
Is that real?
Yeah.
Like, that was fucking trippy. And I guess that when you start vibing with somebody or really synchronizing with somebody like that, you have experiences where you can't tell where one self and the other ends. It's kind of like a continuum where you're just like intertwining back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Sex is kind of like that too.
Yeah.
If you're having good sex.
Yeah.
Yeah. Next question. Thank you, Joaquin.
DJ Sex Official. Simply DJ Sex. Yes. Thanks.
That sounds good. Hopefully that's your mixtape. It's coming out soon. Can't wait to hear it.
Yeah.
All right. So, Anonymous, they didn't want their name to be shown, but they had a really good question. And they asked, what are your thoughts on anal play?
Me first again?
I love it. Anything involving anal play. Maybe because it's the idea of it being super taboo, or it's considered dirty or whatever it is, but I personally think it's a lot of fun in giving.
What about receiving?
That's a work in progress. Simply because she was the first one to actually lick my asshole. And I've never experienced that before.
Accidentally, though. I didn't know you can get it from the front. I thought, honestly, maybe I failed anatomy, but I thought you get that from behind or somehow. So,
she thought my asshole was like all the way up here, so she was shocked when the texture and the taste was different.
Yeah, and then he had told me after the fact, and I'm like, oh shit, I did that? Okay,
yeah.
Cool. Like.
So we're definitely very much big fans.
Yeah.
What's crazy is that she actually wasn't when we first started out. But
yeah. Yeah, definitely. Past experiences, I just feel like it felt really uncomfortable. It felt kind of like nerve-wracking because for me it seemed like that's like an exit only, like nothing should go in but only come out. And what happens if you do go in, then something's going to come out. Like, I don't know, I had a lot of like just apprehensions with it. So I feel like definitely the times where we've like experimented and when you're in just like a like safe environment and you trust the person that you're with, then it becomes a lot more enjoyable. So we're definitely still treading that territory. There's still
it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, and there's like I don't know. I guess the opportunities are like endless with that, I guess.
All right. Good question, Anonymous. Very good question.
Okay, so I have another anon. Best way to help partner reach her best orgasm. And I guess I'll ask you this question since we have pronoun of her.
Yeah. What un-PC-like thing to do. Should be his or her, they, whatever pronoun you wish to be called. Whatever they are.
Answer the question.
Yeah. So the best way for your partner to reach orgasm, honestly, I know this sounds very counterintuitive. Don't make that your goal. Because if you hone in on this one particular aspect of sex and then try to rush through it or try to reach that ending, you put a lot of pressure on your partner, and not just on them, but on you. And one of the beautiful things about sex is that it's not about the ending; it's about the journey to get there. And most of the time, especially if you have trouble orgasming, enjoy the steps that get to it, or don't even think about hey, I want to make her orgasm, or I want to make him orgasm, or whatever it is. Enjoy it, tease each other, play with each other, explore, see what they like. Once you know exactly what they like, then you can just start pushing all those little buttons in order, and next thing you know, you're having, what did you call it? Out of body, spiritual,
multidimensional orgasms.
That's really all it is. Enjoy the journey, because that's what it's about. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I guess to piggyback off of that, I think with a lot of things, you have to really like enjoy like the process of it, you know, versus like the end goal. And that if you don't even enjoy the process of it, it almost seems like a waste, because that's not even. I've heard this quote before when people say like the orgasm isn't even like the actual, like, for most people, like the actual like prize. It's actually like getting there and like the whole process of it, and what you're saying, teasing and foreplay.
Yeah. It's like reading the ending of a book.
Yeah.
It makes absolutely no fucking sense unless you read the book, or watching the ending of an amazing movie. You see the ending, you're like, what? This is trash. I don't understand it. You have to go through the process of experiencing it. Then when you get to the ending, it's like,
yeah.
Hopefully. And again, if it's not, don't worry about it. You can always try again. That's one of the fun things about sex. You can always practice. Practice makes perfect.
And to add on that, one more thing that I just thought of, communication. Gotta have really like honest, open communication, because if you can't even like communicate to your partner what you like, you're not gonna get your orgasm. And I think you have to be able to say like what you do and don't like, and that's really gonna help. Just having like a fun, open communication where all that can happen and take place, where there's like a really like synchronized like flow going between like the two people.
And if you have trouble communicating to your partner, explore yourself. Because no one is in charge of your orgasm, only you can be. And if you don't know what you like, how are you going to expect someone else to take care of that for you if you're not communicating it and you don't even know what you like?
You don't know what you like, yeah.
Like, it's kind of a fucked up situation.
Yeah.
So don't do that. Explore yourself. Learn what you like and what you don't like.
Yeah.
And try it out.
Have some you time and like, you know, self-care and like light some candles.
Some self-love.
Yeah.
All that good stuff. Good question, Anonymous. All right. Another Anonymous says, during sex, pets allowed in the room or kicked out?
And this is very funny because we had just met with one of our other friends, Cherry, shout out.
Shout out.
Because during dinner, this question popped up too. And it's funny because I don't think we ever even... It was never a thing for us. It wasn't like,
we never talked about it.
Yeah, we never talked about it. We just kind of just like do it. But, okay, I'm gonna answer.
Yeah, go ahead.
I don't even really mind. Yeah, maybe sometimes, like, if they're being very, like, intrusive and they're, like, like, staring into our eyes while we're trying to, you know, I don't know, do our thing. Maybe, but then most of the time we kind of worked our way around it. I don't know if that's, like, unethical for some of you PETA people out there, but, I mean, it just seems like, I don't know, I don't think it's ever been too much of a problem. It's been okay. And
as long as they don't try to join in.
Yeah, exactly. That's we don't want them to like partake in it. This is not a family affair in that kind of way, you know.
Not into bestiality, unfortunately.
Yeah, no. We don't fly like that. Like, but interesting, you know, fact about our pets though. The only out of all of our animals, we have dogs and cats. The cats are the ones who tend to really gravitate towards us during and after. And my theory is that because of the pheromones that we put out, and cats are very highly like scent orientated, that maybe the pheromones kind of like make them go crazy like catnip, because they've acted really like
really
weird,
trying to cuddle with us while we're
like as if they're getting a little bit of that oxytocin too. Yeah, definitely.
Which is weird because dogs have a very highly evolved sense of smell.
They do, but not as.
But he doesn't give a shit. He's just like, damn, why is my mom like that? Why is she in that position? Plus, again, going with the pets, I like an audience. That's just me. So.
Yeah.
Shout out for another good question, Anonymous.
All right, so.
Is that all the questions you got on your side?
No, I have. So from our friend Disarray Colon.
Shout out to Disarray, our girl.
So she says, found a guy who I share divine sex and love with. I want to share the sex, common desire. So, I guess you're asking about, like, maybe potentially, like,
Sharing him?
Like, yeah, sharing him or
That's
sharing.
the way we interpreted it?
Yeah, or sharing maybe like sex with him and like another person or other people, maybe like. Yeah, I wasn't really sure, but yeah, I mean, if that's what you want to do, like, I think you should like
Talk about it.
Yeah, talk about it. Like, have a conversation, bring it up. Watch a documentary. Watch like I don't know, like read different like forums about it. Like, get some information and educate and inform yourselves and see if that's something that he feels safe and comfortable doing.
Yeah, and as for it being like a common desire, oh my god, I don't know if any of y'all have ever read Nancy Friday. She wrote My Secret Garden and Forbidden Flowers, which it is a very common desire to have sex and share that sex with other people. It's including rape fantasies, being tied and bound, gagged, spectator, like you name it. If you probably have this fantasy or you have some sort of you think sexual kink that you think no one else has, trust me, there's a community of people out there somewhere that practice it and probably very open to sharing with you how to make that happen for yourself. You just gotta go out there and find it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Shout outs for you having that kind of divine sex. That sounds amazing. Yeah. Any other questions on your side? No? Okay. Mine, another anonymous. And this person wants to know, they say, I don't enjoy giving or getting oral sex. How can I make it enjoyable? Good question. Probably a very common issue with people. You know?
Yeah, I think originally I never really was a big fan of it. And I feel like I've been with partners who really like it and put a lot of like pressure and kind of like expecting that that's something that I would have to like perform. So for me, I think because of the pressure of it and like this feeling of like needing to perform kind of just created like a bad like, I don't know, it made it not fun anymore because it was done out of like completely out of pressure. So I think the key thing first, you should probably be with someone that you really truly value and you're attracted to, that you like mutually respect and all of that good stuff, because if that kind of shit is missing, you're not going to be able to enjoy it, because that's a gift that you give to someone and you're not going to feel good giving away your gifts when you don't really like that person. So that's just real talk.
She is very gifted. Very gifted.
Yeah.
I guess what I'll say about that, I mean, if you don't, to make it actually enjoyable, you gotta enjoy the person. And two, like basic stuff, hygiene, right?
Yeah.
Ain't no one trying to go down someone's shit fucking stinks. Like it's just it's gross. It's disgusting. Wash, clean,
Grooming,
trim,
yeah.
grooming, just basic hygiene. Just be clean, right? That's,
yeah.
So you can start off there, and then I would tell you to ask yourself: is it the actual act of oral sex that you don't seem to enjoy, or it doesn't make you comfortable? Like, what is it? Is it the thought of it, or is it the actual act of it? Because if you think about a penis or a vagina, all it is skin. It's extension of somebody else. I would tell you to just talk to the person about it too. Do you feel like she was saying, do you feel forced when you do it? Do you feel obligated? Are you doing it out of a need? Are you doing it because if you don't, this might lead to like further conflict down the line? It's like the whole point of sex should be enjoyable. And if you're not enjoying something, always ask yourself, like, what is it about me that I'm doing here that I'm not enjoying it? Maybe you're not being honest with yourself, like she was. She just was doing it out of obligation, whatever it was. Because personally, I've always enjoyed oral sex because I love giving. I love to give. And no, I really can't think of anything else. It's just ask yourself.
Yeah.
Is it really the oral sex? Is it the person? Is it the process of it? Is it the idea of it? Maybe you have like some sort of religious upbringing that makes you feel like it's dirty or whatever it is. Like I honestly don't know. But that's a really good question. Hopefully we answer it. If not, send us a message. We can try to elaborate further on some of this stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
So not a follow-up, but part 2 to Disarray Collins' question. She said, also, thoughts on Dipsia. So when we were looking at this earlier, we didn't even know what Dipsia was, and we had to kind of like educate ourselves. So
We gotta
basically,
look it up. So thanks for showing us. something
yeah,
new.
yeah. So basically, it seems like it's a platform or an app that you can download that basically allows you to listen to kind of like podcasts or like audio erotica, basically. So we're just kind of like gonna do a preview right now, like on camera, so you guys can see our thoughts on it, and then we'll kind of give you our feedback. But we're just gonna do a quick little snippet.
Yeah, and this is just on the website. Again, it's on their Dipsy. We're gonna pick. What do you want to do this time? Before a date, with your partner, or in bed?
I guess with your partner.
Okay. And then you get to pick certain scenarios, and then they'll serve up to you a specific, I guess, story, right?
Mm-hmm.
That you listen to. And then I want to turn foreplay into happy hour.
Mm-hmm.
Does that work? Okay.
Yeah.
And then they find a few stories for us. You want to start salty?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah? Okay. All right. Hopefully you can hear it.
I pour a little pile of salt into my palm. Then I lean in, lick her neck. She tastes salty and damp. Her skin already cooled from our few minutes in the apartment. I sprinkle some salt on the path my tongue has left. Then hold the lime to her lips, and she accepts it with her mouth, holding it loosely between her teeth. Are you ready?
All right.
Sounds very like, I don't know if you've ever seen videos. I didn't know what this was until she showed me ASMR. Am I pronouncing it
Oh,
correctly?
yeah.
Where it's supposed to, I don't know, it's supposed to do something to your nervous system or your...
Yeah, it's supposed to be like soothing, like sensory, audio, like recordings of different things that are like satisfying, like mentally satisfying. So like, the sound of like when you crack open a carbonated drink and you pour it into a cup and you hear it fizzle, or when people are like chewing on things. Yeah, bizarre things like that. Yeah, I guess it's kind of like that.
Kind of reminds me because the voice is very soothing. It's very like translate. I don't know. For me, it was kind of putting me in a trance. You saw I was trying to give it a line, but
Yeah.
she just wasn't feeling it. So maybe I guess for us, this doesn't work out for us because I'm more visual. So it sounds like a cool idea. Maybe we just gotta give it some like more time and check out some other stories.
No, yeah, I think so. I mean,
But-
that was only like a second or so of it.
Yeah. I mean, to me, this sounds like a great way to introduce just something new. It's like, say you're with somebody, or you're with somebody, but you're not with them in the same physical space. You can send them this, send them a link to it. They can share it. Maybe I treat it like as a little bit of foreplay, because this is pretty interesting. Same thing as like sending nudes to each other, sending pictures to each other, sending things that you want to do to each other later on during the day.
Yeah.
That always works. That's always a lot of fun. Always welcome to. But it sounds like pretty cool. Again, we gotta, I guess, just give it some more time, check it out. Maybe it can help us out, but I have a pretty good imagination.
Yeah, and it kind of reminds me a bit, going back on like what he was saying about like the soothing voice. I have Headspace, so it kind of reminds me of that, like that really gentle, like soothing voice guiding you through this like narrative. So it seems kind of like, I don't know, it could maybe set up the mood.
Yeah, that dude always puts me to sleep every single time. I can't meditate with him. It's way too calming. All right. Good. Thanks for showing us that. We're definitely gonna keep checking it out. All right. I think this will be our last question, right? Are you done with yours?
Yes.
All right. So our last question is from another person who wishes to be anonymous, and they're asking for a friend, and they want to know: have you ever had that butthole licked? Yeah. Really, really, really amazing.
Yeah, which I thought we
We talked about it.
Yeah, we talked about
mentioned
it
in the beginning.
earlier.
Yeah, definitely have. If you're curious, or if you... This is specifically for, like, guys. Because as a straight male, like, a lot of dudes, they'll talk about it as if it's gay.
Yeah,
or whatever
it's like
it
a
is.
no-zone.
Like, for some reason, like, ass play or anal play always comes off as, like, being gay. And honestly, if it makes me gay, it makes me gay.
And I think it has nothing to do with that, because
Yeah.
the prostate is, it's located in the asshole. So I feel like if it feels good, it feels good.
That's really all that matters, right?
Yeah,
Try it out.
yeah.
Mr. Anonymous, try it out. Tell your partner, spouse, whoever it is that you're with,
Mhm.
or guys you're with, girls you're with.
Yeah.
Just let them know, hey, I want to know what it's like, what it feels like.
Yeah.
Just be clean. Be clean and...
Lots of lube. Oh, well, but licking.
so yeah,
Yeah.
They can always spit on it for you if you wanted to. You want to shove something in there, but just have them kiss it. You know, when they're going down on you, just have them kiss it, lick it a little bit.
Give that little chocolate starfish a kiss.
Yeah, it'll probably change your mind on it. All right, well, that's all we have. That's all for today. Until next time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, bye.
Peace.